My batchmate left at a second officer's level. He was director of a very big company into commercial shipping. He is now on his own and doing very, very well, right?
Hi everyone, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Mata Di. Another good day, another day with Captain Rana, where guidance will be at the max. Any merchant navy officer, operational level officer, deck cadet, थर्ड ऑफिसर मेनली, सेकंड ऑफिसर मेनली, जो कि ऑपरेशन लेवल ऑफिसर्स हैं यार, अब शादी हो गई है मे बी, और दे थिंकिंग यार दे चोज द रॉन्ग करियर और अब सेलिंग नहीं करना चाहते. तो सर, यू हैव बीन गाइडिंग थाउजेंड्स ऑफ मरीनर्स टुडे, तो यू हेल्प अस टुडे कि फॉर दीज पीपल इफ दे वांट टू क्विट सेलिंग बट दे वांट टू डू समथिंग इन कोर शिपिंग, कि उनका वो जो एक्सपीरियंस है उसका लेवरेज मिल जाए. सो व्हाट ऑल ऑप्शंस डू दे हैव?
Right. Hey, thanks, Praneeth, for having me here. And one thing before I start, I want to say is ki, people like, for example, myself, when I came into shipping, I had a very, tunneled vision. मास्टर बनना है किसी तरह, जितने जल्दी से जल्दी बन जाओ आप बस, राइट? बट नाउ but nowadays the honestly the persons who are coming, they are very enterprising, right? They're open minded, they think a lot, they have other avenues, and honestly some people say that it's best to become a master and then leave. Some persons say leave whenever you want. But my suggestion is that, if you're not enjoying sailing, if you're thinking that 10 years, 5 years down the line, this is not something which you see yourself to do, leave it, right? Leave sailing. Sailing is an excellent profession, absolutely no two ways about it. But if you're not enjoying, there are enough and more avenues, right? And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to talk about those avenues where if you are a operations level officer and you can get into core shipping, right? The focus is ship management. Where can you go into the ship management space at an operations level? Number one, and where there is a fair amount of demand, is into HSEQ, right? Into safety quality. There are many superintendents who are working in this. They need, especially persons with shipping knowledge, with shipping domain, with sailing knowledge, who can assist them into the HSEQ policy making, licensing. So assistant to a marine superintendent is where you can get into, and there are many opportunities. The salary at the start is less, but it goes on increasing, right? Second is your business development, right? Now, in business development, again, there are probably seniors over there, but now there are a lot of junior persons, because if you can make a connect within the industry, you don't need to be a master, you don't need to be a chief engineer. You can actually be at the same level of a master, you can have the same network, and you can do very well for yourself. So within business development in the ship management space, you can do fairly well, right? Third is commercial shipping, right? Now, and this is honestly, if I can tell you, maximum number of mariners into commercial shipping are operations deck officer. My batchmate left at a second officer's level. He was director of a very big company into commercial shipping. He is now on his own and doing very, very well, right? So that's something which we can you can get into. Fourth is purchase. Most of the purchase requirements require some technical understanding, so it's preferred to have engineers. But I have seen that deck officers also getting into the purchase side of things. Routing, right? Vessel optimization in terms of routing, right? So mostly you need a master over there, but then again, they need assistants and they need people who can help in the coordination role. And there are many companies, I know of at least 20 to 30 persons at this level who are working and making fairly good amount of money into the routing level, into the vessel optimization level, right? Crewing. Now, this is where, deck officers are probably more, have more knowledge about the certification, right? About the documents which are required, because they deal in with the port documents, with the person document day in, day out. And so they are slightly preferred in the shipping companies in terms of crewing roles, right? And so enough and more deck officers into the crewing role as well. And then the next one is assistant surveyor, right? So not the very complex type of surveys which I'm talking about. Very complex surveys, you need a master COC possibly, but at a bunker survey level, at a basic cargo survey level, you'll have deck officers or cadet doing it. Training, training into ship management. That's also one place where a lot of second officers are in there, right? Another last but not the least field where a lot of deck officers are in demand is business analyst. What does a business analyst do? These guys understand the requirement of what is required to be built and translate it into a very simple format for the developers, for the technology guys to develop an application, right? So they are the interface between your business and technology. Very beautiful role, because you get best of both the worlds. आपको पता चल रहा है कि कौन कहाँ क्या कर रहा है, and very strong growth prospects as well. Right, so these are the few fields where a tech officer.
As usual, sir, I have to share my 2 cents.
Absolutely.
Even, sir, पहली चीज I have to say that you do a very commendable job. कि जहाँ एक तरफ there has been a tech and engine always happening, that कैसे beautifully you use words so that nobody feels offended and still you can put things. उसके लिए sir hats off. मतलब really there's a very fine line in between, and you always manage to make it neat so well. मतलब sir इसके लिए तो बिल्कुल hats off है. Now, sir, my 1 cent on this is कि भाई, see, if you come from a good family, जहां पर आपका रोटी कपड़ा basic needs are already covered, you have your own house, things are covered, even if you're a junior officer, say third officer, second officer, and married, चीजें set हैं बिल्कुल, और पैसे की जरूरत नहीं है, तो even if you're not enjoying, then भैया quit करो, ये मेरा मानना है. बट अगर मेरी तरह हो भाई, जिनके ऊपर बहुत जिम्मेदारियां रही हैं, मिडिल क्लास फैमिली से निकल के आए हो, responsibilities were a lot, then in that case a real earning starts in merchant navy. That is when you become a chief officer. So I believe कि अपनी basic necessities को तब cover up कर लो, so that आपके पास अपना घर हो जिसका कोई लोन ना हो, basic needs covered हो, इतना बैलेंस हो कि उससे कुछ चीजें घर के खर्चे कवर हो जाएं, so that then you can take this risk. क्योंकि the moment you come into the shore job, suddenly there will be a start slump ऐसे करके यहाँ पे, and if you're really good, ये slump ऐसे आएगा और फिर धीरे धीरे करके ऐसे ऊपर की तरफ चला जाएगा, and maybe much more than what a captain earns. So this is one thing. Second thing, commercial shipping, sir. Sir, कहीं पर भी आप agree ना करें, you can immediately stop me because I'm just sharing my 2 views. Sir, I have also worked with a chief officer, a very senior chief officer, did not become captain. Today he's in Noida working with a commercial container ship chartering company, and he's doing very well for himself. And the company that he's working with is a seafarer himself. So becoming an entrepreneur, doing something of an hour, but before that, learning the art is also very important. So learning the art of commercial shipping or business analyst, where you are a interface between the the business and the technology, is a great game, guys. So it's all up to you, but the options are in front of you. आगे भी बहुत सारे वीडियोस बनाएंगे. Stay connected. जय हिंद, जय भारत, जय माता दी. Hi, जय हिंद, जय भारत, जय माता दी. I hope you liked the video. And now, right now, as a deck officer, maybe you're thinking of transitioning from ship to shore. There is no harm provided you make a well-informed right decision. So, as a seafarer, Merchant Navy Decoded website has provided a free course for you guys. The course you can see out here, and in this course you can find all the options as a third officer, second officer, chief officer or captain you have got in core shipping, outside core shipping, outside shipping. What can be the job profile, what kind of skill set is required, what is the salary that you can expect. Everything is there in this course. So please go ahead enroll in this course. The course link is in the description box as well as in the comment section. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Mata.